Hi, Pastor Rick here. By now, you've probably heard about the tightening restrictions outlined by the governor in an attempt to slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus during this time of year that traditionally has included packed church services and homes full of Christmas cheer. As we have throughout this season, Crossroads leadership has tried to balance our love for you and our love for community and the concerns of the government. In fact, on Tuesday night, prior to the governor's announcement, the leadership team had met to discuss our response moving forward in light of the increase in cases in our community. We know clearly that Jesus has asked us to love God, love our neighbor, love our enemies, and love one another. We also know that both Peter and Paul have encouraged us as followers of Jesus to submit to governing authorities, especially when to do so isn't going to cause us to violate God's commands for us. Because when we submit to the governing authorities that God has put in place in our communities, we're also acknowledging God's sovereignty in our lives. With this in mind, we'll be making the following changes to our gatherings beginning this Sunday. We want to encourage everyone to gather in their own homes and to join us virtually for worship and the Word. Our services have been online and we'll continue to host these virtual gatherings with the appropriate links sent out with weekly reminders. We're also asking everyone to limit their in-person presence to those necessary for that week's service. Now, with those in mind, we also want to honor the intent of the governor, but we also want to keep an open door for those for whom this weekly gathering is a vital part of their life and their experience. We acknowledge that for some during this season, some people might be affected by seasonal affective disorder. Other people might be having some life-altering circumstances that they're going through or have just recently gone through. And some people, we just need that sense of connection. So these enforced closures of avenues where we normally would connect might cause some of us to suffer even further by keeping the church doors closed. Therefore, we want to keep the doors open for those people, but we want to limit the number of people in the sanctuary to 10 people who are not actively serving during the service. This means if you're home alone and you just need to come to Crossroads and connect with us, feel free to do that. The only thing I ask is that you would check in with me beforehand. Send me an email at rick.rutter@crossroadsmc.org or text me at 717-205-8981. This way we'll have an idea of who or how many might be showing up on a Sunday morning. We also want to let you know that we will, with the appropriate measures, continue to provide the meal on Monday evening this week with our partnership at East Chestnut Street Mennonite Church. So if you have signed on to help out, we look forward to seeing you between 4 and 4:15 over at East Chestnut Street Mennonite. Our Christmas Eve service plans, though, will change. We had contemplated doing a virtual service, but during the season, I think a lot of us are all virtualed out to a degree. And so we can gather outdoors. And so what we're going to ask is we're going to ask you to show up on Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock on the front steps and around the sidewalk where we can wrap around the building. And we'll hand out song sheets. Dawn Yoder is getting the songs together for us now. And we'll hand out song sheets and we'll sing carols from the front of the church to be a blessing to those who are driving down the street and to be a blessing to our neighbors as well. We'll also want to encourage you at that time to make some signs that say Merry Christmas or Jesus loves you or Jesus is the reason for the season, whatever, words of encouragement for people who are driving by or walking by that we can share with them while we're singing, so that people know that even during this difficult season when things are shutting down and Christmas isn't going to look the way that we anticipated it would look like last year, that we will still be celebrating the birth of our King, that we will still be celebrating Jesus. As always, we love you. We want to express our appreciation for how you have stayed engaged during this difficult year, and pray that together we will continue to move forward and worship God together in spirit and in truth. God bless you, and I look forward to you seeing me on Sunday.